We're all good to go. So welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Pleasure to have you on tonight's webinar. Literally just 2 days after the previous one I did. And I'm really excited as we're building up closer to the relaunch of DAISY 2.0 and what that brings and how you can benefit from what's going to be coming. So I'm going to start with a short video. Whoever's brand new to this call, please let me know. Put a 1 in the chat. It'd be great to know who you are. And for those of you who have come back again to learn more and just get a better insight into what we're doing with this amazing project, great to have you on. So with that said, I am going to kick off this recording. I'm going to stay muted and I'll be back in a second.
What is a paradigm shift? An important change that happens every few decades when the usual way of thinking about or doing something is replaced by a new and different way. Examples include capitalization, which now includes crowdfunding, allowing even the smallest contributor to become part of something extraordinary. Cryptocurrency, which is redefining global wealth acquisition and transference in a spectacular fashion. And artificial intelligence, which represents not only the future of all mankind, but has already disrupted several massive industries, most notably commodity and currency trading, which requires informed and calculated decisions transacted at the speed of light. For the first time in history, we're proud to announce the combining of all three of these paradigm shifts into one to create the Paradigm Revolution. Welcome to the future. Welcome to the world's only decentralized artificial intelligence system, known as DAISY. By combining crowdfunding and cryptocurrency, and spearheaded by the revolutionary developments in artificial intelligence by Endotech, the Paradigm Revolution is now a reality. All these groundbreaking technologies have been combined and are now offered utilizing DAISY's unique referral system. Now, anyone with a computer or mobile phone can, from the safety of their home, create significant wealth to change their family's future forever. Welcome to the Paradigm Revolution. Welcome to DAISY. The future is now.
Yep, the future is absolutely now. Pause that, it's really noisy. So welcome everyone to the call. Really warm greetings on this Thursday afternoon or evening, wherever you guys may be situated. And so what I want to do, ladies and gentlemen, I want to spend a bit of time just talking about DAISY and then just bring up some updates on what's going to be coming over the next day or so. So pleasure to have you on. Like I said, if you've never been on one of these Zooms before, let me know. It's always good to have and welcome you guys in. So DAISY, what is DAISY? I'm going to read this legal disclaimer before I get started, and then I will be talking pretty fast and furious on this webinar. I'm actually going to mute myself off the video right now. And so let's go. Purchasing the DAISY crowdfund packages is a contribution to the equity crowdfund for the DAISY AI development and not a trading investment. Endotech is giving both shares of stock in the company and profit sharing from trading results to each contributor as crowdfunding rewards. Prior to Endotech going public, shares of Endotech stock will be rewarded to each crowdfund contributor. Stock certificates will require KYC verification of each member's legal ID before any shares of stock can be rewarded. In the case that Endotech does not go public, the equity will be converted into dividends for each member. The trading accounts will be used for the purpose of testing and development. Past performance does not guarantee future results and is for information purposes only. Historical performances shown are also the result of compounding profits. Profit rewards are contingent upon profitable trading performance and results are not a guarantee. All performance will be visible with full transparency to each crowdfund member. Up to 46% of funds are designated in the smart contract for marketing via the Referral rewards plan, and DAISY is not available in the US. Wow, that is a mouthful and a half. So now I've got that out of the way, let me dive into the information here. And so, ladies and gentlemen, as your guests may be coming on, just advise them to make sure they're muted before they join, as they join the room. So we're talking about DAISY, Decentralized AI system, and it's pretty much of a buzzword in 2021. Talking about having a model that gives you equity in a crowdfunded smart contract model, and which is pretty dynamic here. So what is DAISY? It's an equity crowdfund model with a fintech company. A decentralized smart contract and not a company. So you're going to see two different angles here that I'm going to be sharing with you. It's a model where everyone can win with profits, equity, and income. Currently crowdfunding Endotech for the D.AI.SY AI project. Contributors receive exclusive stock equity and profit rewards, which we're excited about. And so let's have a look about what is D.AI.SY. It's this decentralized AI system developed by Endotech, and it's the next generation of AI trading for this company. So this AI will significantly multiply the current AI performance. We'll look at the performance in a second. It's the first project capitalized by the D.AI.SY crowdfund, and D.AI.SY AI receives 10 million for development from the referral plan, and their target is to be live trading D.AI.SY AI trading account of $500 million from the fund that's going to be created. And so you've got D.AI.SY AI, which is Endotech's path to becoming a public company. And so this is the first partner for the D.AI.SY crowdfund. So you've got this global fintech company specializing in AI trading systems, and you're going to see in a minute a clear roadmap of where they want to be a public traded company in 2022. I'm sure in the past, where you may have been given opportunities to be able to receive shares in a company before they go public, and some people did very well as a result of that because they were able to get in at a very decent price. And so this is what we're talking about today, and I'll show you more on that. And so they're currently providing AI trading systems for top financial institutions, got a proven track record for high performance results, and founded by no other than Dr. Anna Becker, and which you'll learn about in a minute. So this lady here has got a wealth of knowledge in this arena, which is really important. She heads up a team of AI scientists that have more than 20 different proprietary AI systems in operation. And you think about this, this covers over 150 investment firms across the US, Europe, and the Asia markets. Just at the age of 20, Anna found an approximation algorithm by a factor of 2. I believe this was something that had been not unlocked for 30 odd years. And so you're looking at someone who's got a PhD in artificial intelligence, and she founded several companies with this AI technology in the fintech space, and now of course the CEO and founder of Endotech. And so her publication's been distributed in leading AI financial circles across Europe and America. And so we are in good hands there, as a result of that. And please, ladies and gentlemen, please mute your lines as you come on. So just a little more about this lady. She had got in 2017 got appointed to the Dispute Resolution Committee, the DRC, because of her 20 years of senior leadership and innovation in retail brokerages and financial organization. So she brings a diverse set of skills to the Financial Commission's DRC. So that's really that was really powerful to hear about that. Core experiences in founding retail solution, software solution, and building retail brokerages. So guys, we are in the hands of a CEO who knows what they're doing. Do you want to show proof of that? Well, let's have a look. This is one of the first AIs that got developed. This is real AI results. This isn't fabricated just so that it looks good on paper. This is a top alpha strategy. And so you're not looking at a one-trick pony here. They have multiple different, extensive arrays of AIs. And this was the first one that came out. And this shows you this strategy, this alpha strategy. Let me show you on the start date here of when this actually came into being in its inception, January 2018. As you can see, minimum capital, guys, $1 million. Okay, so this isn't aimed at the man or the woman in the street. This is aimed at financial institutions and people who have got very deep pockets. So let's look at this. They are compounding the profits, but even for you to even be a client of Endotech, you're talking about having to have a $125,000 as entry fee to be able to even have your money traded here. So just looking at the results, which is really important. Whenever I look at a product, I want to see how well they've done and is it worth me even investing my time for the future. So with these results, we're pretty staggering. We're looking from the January 2018, over 2,000% profit here. Look on an annualized return over 800%. And so you can see here win and loss, winning months, losing months. And as I say on these webinars, doesn't matter how many losers you have, just a matter how many winners and what those winners are like. This is a prime example of that. Again, real AI results here. This is their top leverage strategy, strategy that came out not too long ago. As you can see here, this dates back from September to November, and just showing in the space of just over 2 months, we're looking at a 300% ROI, $10,000 balance, end up with 39, just close to 40,000. I'll take that any day of the week. Thanks very much. So that's 10,000 outlay, and just on an annualized return, if you was just to annualize this, we're looking at over 1,500% return. As it currently stands, I've been told this is actually producing close to over 800% return. And so everything, winner, loser, 1 month winner, 1 month loser, who cares when you have results like that, right? So one thing I know about trading, you don't go through it without losing, for sure. So this is part and parcel of it. So this is an example of the software. For those of you who got in the pre-launch, you would have seen this at work. Your $100 to get started will be split into trading and also into the crowd fund. And once we come back in maybe a few days time, we'll just give waiting for the official timeline on that. You're going to see much more functionality on your app. So you'll be able to see the levels you're at, how much volume is there, and everything else. And then obviously in the fund, how the fund performing, things of that nature. So there's going to be a lot more for us to be able to tap into, to share it with other people. So this is the roadmap I was talking about from 2012. Endotech came to be. From a professional point of view, in 2017, that's when they had this AI crypto development being made. And then, you saw earlier, 2018 was a commercial use of that. And so let's fast forward, fast forward a couple of years, right to where we started to learn about this project around November, when they had an evaluation of $100 million as a company, which is really important. And then January, right here, right now, where we are with the launch of the D.A.Y.SY crowdfund, and already they've already done stuff that companies could only wish for in being around for years, and they managed to do that in days here. So their goal is to have this 10 million in D.A.Y.SY AI crowdfunding for the first development, and then have 500 million of assets under management in the D.A.Y.SY fund. So let's move forward to the future, 2022. We're looking at now them becoming a public company, and what those shares that you're going to get, given what that looks like for you. And then if you look again a bit later on, they're going to go into the Forex AI, which I'm very excited about. And then having an additional 1 billion of assets under management. And then again, just in case that wasn't enough for their future projection, they want to take this technology into stock market and then have that to be traded with as well. So there's a lot here to be looking forward to, and their future projection is very aggressive and very ambitious, and I love what they've done already in the crypto space. So let's look at this rewards for you and me, those of us who are listening on this webinar right now. You're going to have access to 10 crowdfunding tiers to choose from, all starting at $100, and then we'll talk about what they look like towards the end. Every contribution that you give, a certain amount will give you an amount of Endotech stock. There's also a certain percentage, 50 to 70%, will be used for trading for the development, and then 70% of those rewards are going to come back to the contributor. And then top of that, 15% of that are going to be in a residual format, which I'm really excited about. And then you can see each contribution that's made, you can actually be able to withdraw your trading rewards at any time. And then members are optional referral plan. If you want to share this with other people, we're going to do a bit of a deep dive into that. And then the referral plan is going to pay up to 46% of each contribution. So let's have a look at that. You're going to have a wallet set up with your Tron wallet, whether it's on your desktop, whether it's on your cell phone, and your wallet will have a way for you to interact directly into the DAISY crowd fund. And then everybody on this left-hand side will have this working for them, 50 to 70% into the live trading, as you can see here, going into Endotech. So this is the interface. It's going to go from here into Endotech, and they're going to reward you back with those trading profits. Remember, 70% of the trading rewards and 15% as residual rewards. And then on the right-hand side, which is optional, you're going to be able to tap into this referral plan, giving you up to 46% returns and back into your wallet. So you've got two things, two powerful things, I must say, working for you in parallel. So we're using a Tron blockchain. Great. We're going to see automation, very quick transactions, and when the relaunch takes place, you're going to see even very low fees as a result of transactions being done. And so, Tron is a top emerging decentralized app. So, you can get Tron for a decent price right now, about around 3 cents a token. And yeah, we are looking for that on its own to rise in value. So let me speak to my audience who are interested in being passive. I spoke to a gentleman earlier today, and he was very much on the passive side, and he didn't really want to start with having to bring people in to something. And I said, great, we've got something absolutely for you, because every single person is going to have the ability to own equity, which is, of course, one key element that I mentioned earlier. You're also going to be able to get those trading rewards. I showed you in the previous slide that looks like 85% of rewards. If you factor in the residual component, that can pay up to 85%. But everyone's going to be able to get trading rewards from Endotech. And then the third way is the potential matrix spillover, and we'll look at that in a minute. So let's just look at the breakdown of the referral plan. You're going to have different generations, and for those of you who are passive, these are the only two lines you need to focus on. Generations 1 and 2, 0 personals required, and these are the members on your level 1, and these are members on your level 2, and you'll earn a percentage of that. Just simple maths here. So you're going to earn 4% of the people that are coming in to the matrix, which is $100 at this level. $100, $4 per person, times that by 3, you got $12 here. On your second level, you're going to have the same scenario, but you've got 9 people where you can earn that 4% on, which is now $36. So you can see here, just from, even if you're totally passive, how you can earn from what we call spillover. If it comes from day 1, great. It may take day 30, it may take day 60, it may take day 90. Who cares? This is additional money that you didn't necessarily have to work for, but it's going to come in and allow you to earn additional money. And so we're going to start talking about what these higher tiers and how they start paying out for those people who are going to come in higher than $100. But let's just start from the $100 entry level that we all have to go through. Even if somebody wants to come straight in with $100,000, they all have to come through the $100 matrix first. So what will happen is half of your money gets traded, half your money goes into the DAISY crowd fund, and each $100 gives you an equity in Endotech. So you're going to get one share, 5% equity share from your 100. And you can see here, you do entry levels up to 3. It's the combination of the 3 levels in total, $700, and that was just direct split, and you'll end up with 7 equity shares. But let me just move it forward down the line. As you go further down, you go from level 7 down to level 8 and up to level 7, you've got that 50-50 split, and that's quite a significant level in the program. You go from 7 to 8, and you can see here now you're tapping into 70% of your money getting traded. You can see that amount goes into the trading pool, and then 30% goes into the DAISY crowd, and your relevant amount of equity shares you can see there. All right, all the way up to your entry level 10. So basically you're putting where you fit in, right? Wherever you can come into, which is not going to cause you any financial hardship, you get started, and everybody gets started there. So there's, whichever route you want to go down, you want to position yourself from day 1, which is obviously a great advantage for some people, or you'll work your way there, whichever strategy is applicable to you. So let's look at the referral plan in more detail here. I'm going to show you multiple ways here that you're going to earn money from, And so we're going to talk about upfront income, residual income, and stock equity. So every person you personally bring in, you're going to earn 5% regardless of your level. So you bring in somebody who comes in at the 100,000 level, guess what? You're going to earn 5% on that. Okay, you're going to make $5,000 of somebody who coming in at a level higher than yourself. So you don't get penalized for that, for your entry into a level that's different to somebody else on this one. Excuse me. You're also going to benefit from what we call the matrix. Okay, so let's just look at that. What's going to happen is you've got two scenarios that's going to play out one way or the other. Either you brought these people in and you're going to, you've got your so let's say your 12 people that you want to share this with, and each person, and we recommend, your top 3 that you're going to be sharing this with, your remaining people that you're bringing, because you can only have 3 people on your front line. So as much as you may want to put your mom, your dad, and your brother and stuff like, you want to put the people that are going to help grow the community, right, in these positions. And then of course you put in, position the remaining people who will just land directly underneath the previous people, because you can only go 3 people on your first level. Okay, so your second level, you fill that. Now this is the scenario if you're passive, semi-passive to a degree here, because I'm going to show you if you just wanted to test this out, test the water, and somebody else, from above, whoever is your maybe an active sponsor above you, active upline, and you ended up with somebody directly under you in your position 1. When you bring in somebody, you may already had these positions filled from other people. So let's say this is your first person, your second person, and this is your third person. Even though they're on the second line to you, they're still front line to you, okay? Because they're direct to you. So it doesn't matter where they end up in the matrix. They can end up on your level 10 in the matrix. They're still front line to you. You'll still make that 5% on the sign up bonus. Okay, and the amount in the matrix on these levels we know is 4% for each person that lands in the matrix. Okay, so these numbers are the same, 4% level 1 and 4% on each person on your level 2. So it doesn't matter how it gets filled, the computer will just pay you accordingly. And again, somebody else drops into your matrix from from the upline right above, straight in, and that's now on your level 2. So however it gets built, whether it gets built by you, whether it gets built by the community, it's all good. You want to have ideally a nice combination of that to help you advance through the levels. So we're going to talk about contribution tiers. As I mentioned, everybody starts at the same place. Okay, they may not end up at the same place, but they all start at the same place. So they all put $100 in, and that opens up your level 1 matrix, okay, which I showed you with the 3 people. In order for you to open up and earn on your second level, you're going to need to unlock that level. For $200, it upgrades you into your matrix level 2. If you want to now earn on the people that could be in your level 3 matrix, guess what, or on your third generation here, you need to open up your level 3 here, and then we're talking about an additional $400. So each contribution tier that you fund lets you earn on those same tiers. Okay, so you've got to be on those levels for you to earn, and your funded tier determines the tiers you earn from within that matrix. High contribution tiers funded in your matrix will compress up to the next qualified member. What does that mean? Let me tell you in a minute what does that mean. So you're going to have this matrix. Remember, those of you who are passive, you only need to focus on this white numbers 1 and 2. Okay, those clear numbers here at the top. And those of you who are going to share this with people, then you'll need to focus on levels 3 going down. So let's just have a breakdown of this. Your personals are going to be important when you want to earn on your level 3, generation 3 here, and also the amount of volume that you generate. Now, what the smart contract is going to do for everybody, the first 48 hours of them joining, and we are going to be able to tap into this, is they're going to open up the matrix for 38 hours. So as people are coming into the program, regardless of your personal requirements, let's say you ended up with people on your 10th level, but you didn't personally introduce 24 people or have 128,000 volume, It doesn't matter within the first 48 hours. You're going to get paid on those people as if you did bring in these people and as if you did do this volume. So the first 48 hours are pretty much a great way for you to launch your business, get yourself out there and, you know, working, you know, maximizing, I would say, those first 48 hours of you joining this smart contract. And so after 48 hours, these rules kick in. You need to have your personals, you need to have the volume to go with it. So let's just let me walk you through that. You can see on the third level here, I'm just going to assume that you only did $100 in the program. Okay. And so we're going to focus on this line. So if your $100 contribution, you obviously earned from these two levels with your number of people in your matrix, and then you know, you opened up your level 3 here. Okay, you got now 27 members, and now you're earning 3% on 27 members, which is $81. Okay, so you can see here how from the matrix standpoint, how you can even start earning your initial outlay back from the volume and the people that are coming into the program. Okay, so if you expand this further, and then on this level, you can see now 243 from, again, double the volume. You're making, you can see the numbers start to swell up now, because it's in a perfect world, 3 getting 3 gives you 59,000 people on your level 10 for a total of over 88,000 people. But in reality, some will get some will get none. And, you know, you will have the people who are just going to be passive. So you're going to have a mixture on these numbers, okay, all the way down. But this is pretty powerful when you think about it. From $100 contribution, if you just, you know, work this, and if your goal was to, you know, at least once a month you did, you know, you bought 3 people, and then the following month you helped those 3 and grow your network. So you're bringing in 3 first month, and then you're helping those 3, and then you're building in another 3 the following month. You can see how this can gradually build. By the end of the year, you know, you can look at some nice return, right, in a perfect world with 3 getting 3. So let's look at this next column, the tiers 1 to 7. So your numbers will dictate, whatever you're going to end up with will dictate based on what you do. So I want to focus on those of you who, you know, went from your this level and upgraded yourself to level 7. Now, whether you went straight there, you put the funds in, or you worked your way there, you're going to start looking at this column on how you're going to earn your money. So if you had 3 people doing the same thing as you, guess what? You're making $1,500 on your generation 1. On your generation 2, you're making $4,500, and by generation 3, that's over $10,000. Just 3 generations in, with 39 people doing what you've done, is over $16,000. So we're talking about not only getting your initial outlay back within, you know, within just your 3 generations, you set yourself up for some serious future growth as these individuals start to replicate and do what you do. You can see here, just by, you know, you staying consistent and building this out, maximizing, you know, the way you are in the program. You know, obviously you want to maximize where, if you've came into level 7 and you've got your 15 people at this stage, you know, you're looking at close to $1 million in earnings, all right, from the matrix alone. I'm just talking about the matrix. Now, if for those of you who've decided, you know what, I like the idea of going all in, I want to go tap out levels 8 to 10, you're looking at this column here. And again, the numbers for some people are just like, you know what, I don't even believe that's even possible, even doable. But let's say it didn't happen. You know, we're talking about a way to earn $200 million, which is a staggering amount of money in anybody's books. All right, so let's just say, you know, 10% of that only happened. That's still about $20 million. Let's say even 1% of that happened in reality. 1% of that being a reality, that would be a $2 million turnover. Let's just focus on your tiers 1 to 7. Okay, same thing. If only 10% of that happened, you're looking at $4 million for those of you who are looking at tiers 1 to 7. That in itself is just absolutely staggering to think that even that happened. 1% of that happening, you know, again, it's just truly life-changing money here. Okay, so, you know, we're talking about a way here, guys, that you can actually do in fact, I messed those numbers up. It wouldn't be 4 million dollars, $43 million. Yeah, 10% of that would be $4 million. So that in itself is just incredible. 1% of that, I'm sure everybody would be like chomping at the bit to be making over $400,000 just from that initial humble beginning, just working those numbers. Again, this is perfect maths, 3 getting 3, but just look at where you can fit in and what kind of money would you like to be seeing yourself maybe a year down the road after working this program, just from the matrix alone. Forget, guys, this is just one program, one of the referral elements to this program. So we're going to talk about the match now, because again, this can really add up to a lot of money. Imagine now you're talking about a 10% match on your personals that came into the program. Okay, so let's just read this out. 10% from a matching bonus of personally sponsored members generated from 5 generations. If you're at the 100% tier, you earn a match from the 100% tier, $100 tier. That means you need to make sure you're qualified at these other levels. You're in these levels to earn a match from those people who are on those levels as well. So the more levels you can open up and qualify for, the better it is for you. Okay, we know there's no qualifications on your 1 and 2 generations, but from 3 downwards, you need to position yourself, especially if you're going to be sharing this with people. You want to tap into that 10% match, which could be pretty staggering. So this pace setter bonus is really for those who want to maximize the time that they start off with. It's like a starting gun. Boom, we're off to the races, and those 30 days will come and go pretty quick, regardless of what we do. Right, we all have 24 hours in a day, and how we spend those hours will determine basically what we're going to get out of it. And so those who are maybe focused on this for the first 30 days, and even now while we're in this phase before it goes live again, it's doing something that's going to propel you so that you're starting off on the right foot. So this is for those who want to maximize their next 30 days when this goes live. Each level that you personally unlock within that 30 days, the next level will be unlocked. From levels 3 to 9 will be unlocked for life. Okay, so really worth putting some focused energy when we restart. And like I said, even do it from now, getting that focus, so you're kind of one step ahead of the game. And then if you unlock your level 10 in your first 30 days, okay, which is doing 24 personals, 128,000 in turnover, you're going to be able to be eligible for this profit share of 1.8% of all crowdfunding that takes place, and 1.25% of all worldwide trading profits. I mean, these two in itself are just worth the journey, right? You just think about this for a minute. Not only, okay, we're talking about no longer just your focus on your 24 personals, we're now talking about over and beyond the amount of people that you can probably get in the matrix. I mean, if you think about it right now, in terms of the numbers, we've had over 50,000 people join in the 5 days that the smart contract started. 5 days, and it had this level of people. Imagine now the next 50,000 that's coming in. If you qualify and you earning a 1.8% of every crowd fund pack that's purchased, and on top of that the trading, and on top of that the equity share. So there's a lot there for those of you who want to maximize it, and those of you who want to maximize the next level, that the level you're on. Think about what it's going to do for you to be able to open up the next level without having to have that volume requirement, without necessarily having to have those amounts of people. So this is what can be happening for you by hitting Gold Pay Setter. You're going to receive those contributions directly to your phone. Like I said, just have that thought of all of these contributions that are taking place as people join. There's also leadership bonus which is really powerful, which is for those of your personally sponsored members. You're going to receive a share of whenever those become Gold Pay Setters, and you can receive as many as you qualify for. So again, same deal, guys, same deal, which is going to be available with the numbers we already got exposed to was absolutely staggering, and that was just with 1.8% of contribution, let alone when the trading kicks in, what that's going to look like. So everyone's going to be able to share this pool, which is less than the first gold pay setter one, but you're going to be able to tap into this leadership bonus. So again, it's worth, you know, staying focused and helping your 3 qualify for that, because that's going to help you massively as a reward. So let's talk about more rewards here. One thing that drew me to this project is that I love trading and I love residual income. So the fact that they've got both of those elements here really tick the massive box for me. So we're going to talk about how you can benefit and how you want to position yourself to benefit from residual payouts from other members that are in this crowd fund. So on the trading rewards that all members receive, yeah, remember that every single member is going to receive trading rewards. You're going to be able to earn on those, of course, from levels 1 and 2 without any requirements. Yeah, so remember that 1 and 2 is always no, without any requirements. You can receive 3.5% on your personals that you're bringing and 1% on their people that they bring in. And so going down from 3 to 10, you're going to need to be qualified. Remember the matrix settings. You had 3 on this level, you had 6 on this level, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, and 24 people, respectively. These are talking about you following those matrix guidelines so that you can actually earn on other people that may not necessarily be doing this from the network side. We know there's a lot of people who have the financial clout to be able to put money in, and they may put in money in levels without the referral requirements. But if you've met the referral requirements, you will get paid. The matrix requirements, you will get paid that percentage to you, as opposed to that 1% necessarily going to them. So this could be another really strong income for you as this happens. There's no limit on the residual income as well, which is really powerful. Okay, dynamic compression. So again, they've got pay setter leadership bonus. And again, if you want to earn more from that, when this kicks in, it's going to allow you to be able to earn in the same manner. You see 1 share in 3 of your personally sponsored members become gold pay setters. You could receive as many shares as you qualify for. So this is why there's a lot of activity taking place, even though the site may not be up for us to sign up. It's all what we do between these time to benefit from it. So 1.8% again of every contribution worldwide and all trading profits. Okay, so let's just have a look at the 3 memberships tiers we've got here. 1 to 7, we know half of your money goes into the Daisy fund. 8 to 10, 70% goes into your trading fund, which is absolutely great. And then VIP customers, you're going to be able to have 100% of that in your own personal account. So have a quick look at that. You know, we're going to be able to have ability to have you all, you know, once you do levels 1 to 10, you're going to be able to have 100% of your funds into your trading. So this is like a nice route in to not having to spend 125,000 just to be an Endotech client. This is a great way in for you to be able to have your money traded without you having to have the all of that upfront and then the money to trade. So we're talking about a minimum of $20,000 that you would need. The funds stay in your personal wallet, and this 5% Endotech fee during this promotional period, and 80% of those profits are you're going to keep. You're going to bank those. So that's really powerful ongoing money there. And then you've got 10% goes into the referral rewards plan. All right, so we know about the hopefully you know about the wallets we're using. In fact, this is no longer sorry, Tron wallet is no longer one we're promoting because they're going to be going out I think next month. And I believe Clever actually bought Tron wallet, so the one of choice is really TronLink that we're advising people to use, but it's still no harm in having a Clever wallet as well. So you just need to have your funded amount, either $100 in, get obviously the link from whoever's you're working with, and get your purchased amount to at least secure your $100, and each level, each tier that you're looking to do from the money that you're starting out with. Okay, so that will get you going. And you know, this is exciting times, guys. We are creating something really proud to be part of, doing what's it called, an enormous amount of turnover in such a short period of time is nothing short but staggering. Even with a website that wasn't fully functioning, That was, you know, amazing that people were still able to, you know, connect because we're using the blockchain and we're going direct. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of my presentation. If you're a guest, feel free to get back to whoever's invited you on to this presentation. I'm going to give myself a minute or so break, and then we'll just bring everybody up to date with, you know, with certain things that we're working on, tools that we're using to go forward. So give me about a minute or so, and then any questions, feel free to put it in the chat, or unmic yourself, and then we'll unmute yourself, and then I'll come and answer any questions. So see you guys in a minute, and have a little stretch break. All right, so I hope you guys stretched out, got some energy, revamped yourself. Let me see. Let me just check if there's any questions for me in the call. I can tell you where this recording. I really need. Okay. Let's just check that. Can you tell me where this recording? All right, that's great. This recording will be in my Telegram group, and if you are receiving emails from the broadcast, this will be on there as well. I'm a bit I'm a bit behind schedule because I've been time's just been getting the better of me, but this will be posted there. So whoever's hopefully, if you're not in the group, whoever invited you will give you access to the group, and you can grab it directly from there. Otherwise, you'll be able to get it from the Daisy.SY website. Any other questions, guys? Feel free to let me know, and I will share what I know. Which at the moment, I know let me just talk about the latest quick update. Was they are planning to, they still haven't given a definitive date as to when we're gonna go live again. And let me just go back to my website. Let me just bring up my website real quick, show you that if I minimize that. So this is always good to bookmark. Yeah, Daisy Crowd, always good to bookmark this site and just keep an eye on anything there. But trust me, you guys will be the first to know when we go live again. So at the moment, there's no countdown clock. I know we will be given advance notice before it does go live again. So Daisy Crowd is always good to bookmark that. And I'll install app. It's not an app. Interesting. And there. So let's just look at some of the questions here. To qualify for level 3, you need your 700 plus 300 from referrals. Okay, so level 3, let's just have a look at that. It's actually, I always like to go back to the slide just to give clarity on what it looks like. Let's have a look here. Together, we're going to make history. Let's just go back to that slide. Rewind. So entry level 3, you need a total funded of $700. That you actually bring in. So just to break that down, it's 700 that you're bringing in to open up your level 3. It pays for your level 2, pays for your level 1, and the 400 for your level 3. So that opens you up for that. And then, yeah, the money wise, and then you've got your requirements, which is 1,000 turnover. So make sure that's different. It's not the combination of your 700 and the 300. It's from your personals. Their turnover needs to be 1,000. Okay, so you pay $700 to get to level 3. You need 3 personals, and then a combination of those 3 would be 1,000. If you have one of those who does, you know, if they all do what you've done and have upgraded and gone to level 3, you're going to have enough volume there for sure. Let's have a look. Does the Clever wallet take a fee when you upload money? When you buy in Clever, they take money. They're using a third-party company. I believe they reduced the fees. It used to be a lot more before, but I believe it was close to maybe even 10%. I've heard somebody say, I believe it's a lot less now, but there's other ways of doing it. I know a lot of people are using say Binance, for example, buying their Tron in Binance and sending it to their Clever wallet. But they all will clip a fee. All of these wallets, they survive by taking a fee, but some of those will be less than others, and depending on the way you're doing it. If you're transferring Bitcoin over to Tron, that's going to be one set of fees, slightly different fees, as opposed to you buying Tron directly on a platform. And so there's a few different resources that I've got on my site. I'll bring up my site in a sec. I do need to revamp it over the weekend for sure. So somebody on Facebook said the 1,000 has to come from referrals only, and absolutely, you're right, Sam. So hopefully I answered that question. It come from referrals and not from you. You paid the 700 to get to that. I probably answered it already, but just as I'm seeing it repeated, you pay that the 700 to there, and then the 1,000 turnover is from referrals, funded by referrals. That should actually say, not referee, which will be pretty good. Get a referee to pay for me. Hi, I went on Daisy and it asked me to sign up again. I already purchased level 1. How do I continue to level 2 without re-signing to the great question? So at the moment, you can't really do anything on the platform, or you shouldn't be doing anything on the platform. You may want to maybe check what's already there, but I will just wait until we've gone back live. Everything will be as it should be. But if you're previously on Daisy, you won't necessarily be typing in the whole referral link of when you join. So when you join, you're going to type in referral, and whatever their username is, that will be the link for you to register into Daisy. But once you are a member, it knows who you are. Yeah, by your wallet, by you registered. So you don't need to do that. You just do daisy.global. Right, and then so if I do daisy.global, probably won't do much on here because I've not got a wallet installed. Oh yes, I do. I have a Tron Mask. Tron Mask is actually another wallet. We don't talk about it. It's the poor relative. We don't talk about it, but it's still a wallet that works. Obviously, I'm not using it for this, but if I did, it would just allow me to automatically log in. All right, so that's how that would work. Just click automatic login. It will take you into your back office. So you only need to type in daisy.global instead of your daisy/referral/username. So I just put mine up there. Just give an example, or whoever your sponsor is will have their username there, and it will probably ask to register, like you said, but you don't need to do that. It'll probably ask you for $100. So right now, make sure nobody is trying to do this. I had a conversation with somebody this morning, and they didn't realize that we had paused since Friday. So, and I see in some some Telegram chats, people are wondering why they can't pay their contributions. So the message somehow is not quite getting out there, but we're not doing business right now. Maybe another 24 to 72 hours before we will be able to go in again. But obviously this will be your username if you're brand new, and your wallet address will get picked up from the wallet that you're using on, this is obviously, if I'm doing this for real, this will be Tron Link as opposed to Tron Mask, just another wallet, be Tron Link, and it will grab my address and put it here, auto fill it in there automatically. So hopefully that's answered that question. Also, your Daisy, whenever I want, can you add funds at any time to Daisy? Yes, you can. Now they have to be done in those chunks, as I showed. You can't just stick 50 quid in there when you've got an extra 50. They have to be done at those relevant levels for you to be able to pay in. So if I just go back to the slideshow real quick, if I go back, each of those tiers have to be adhered to. So you can imagine the previous tier is double the amount. So you will need to double from your previous tier to the next one. And you could either, of course, jump it from adding additional funds if you've got them. Hopefully Tron will go up in value by the time we are going back live again. And then you might, your existing Tron, you may end up with maybe a couple of $100 more, which will give you a bit more money to play with. Or you've made it from the profits you've made. I spoke to somebody the other day and he was like, man, I can't believe it. You know, I've made this money already. And I said, yeah, you know, then it's not a case of pulling that money. Well, it's up to him what he wants to do. If he wants to pull that money out, it's his. But the smart money, I would say, would just to be open up as many tiers as you can, so you can obviously earn more from the other members. Have they been trading on depositing money? I heard on Friday that they had opened up. They had these different algorithms. I believe there's like 20 of them. One of them got triggered for trading, and it was a very small amount that got triggered for their trading. So I believe they have this unison where there is a 20, I think 20 different, I think a 20 something like that has to be all in sequence before they can actually trade your money. So that was pretty good to know. I believe they with that the infancy of that, and based on the volatility, I think Dr. Anna was saying was that she waited, and it's a good thing she did, because you know, you saw what happened with the market. You know, quite a sharp retrace in the market. Is there any problem adding additional funds via Clever and Binance? I wouldn't say there's any additional any problems at doing it that way. I've been, you know, it just depends. I mean, we were told from the early onset that we were using what's it's called, TronLink, more so than using some of the other ones like Clever, because you know, they didn't have as many issues when they were doing their initial tests. So this is even one of these are being touted as ones you want to be able to use, right? Clever is fine, you want to deposit funds that way. If Binance, you know, whichever one is going to give you the least headache, I would say, and not, you know, rinse your pocket from doing it in Clever, you know, because I know before they definitely seemed to be a much more expensive way of doing it. But the advantage was it was there. You didn't have to go from one platform to another. It was direct. So sometimes the convenience of just doing it straight and getting yourself ready, obviously that may be better than the other. But if you can do it in Binance, I believe Binance, a lot of people are using exchanges. The rates were being better, and the Binance more so maybe than some of the other ones kept coming up a lot in conversation. And I know I've been helping people use Binance to do that. Okay, so that's basically the steps you want. So, you know, great questions, guys. Keep them coming. Anything that you're not sure of, let's, you know, make sure everyone's on the same page. Excuse me. So what I want to do, I've been looking at different things, and I, you know, I'm a real big believer in using technology to lighten the load, as they say, and especially when you want to share this in a cohesive manner. You know, they say it's all about, you know, people don't duplicate, systems duplicate. So if you've got a system where you can share information, and you know, I was saying on Tuesday, with the CRM that I'm using, it's something that everybody can kind of, they can import their leads or import their contacts, and then use that as a way to manage the follow-ups and the people they want to speak to. And without a doubt, that does become very taxing. So if you've got a way, and you know, obviously with what I was sharing this, you know, you can do it for free for 30 days and just, you know, manage your load. So the other way is like, how are you going to get that information out there to people? If you haven't got a site, you can obviously email, videos. You know, I like using different systems that I've paid for. But what if you want to do it without without that? Then you're going to have to send via email. But if you want to kind of take it to the next level, you want to have something that looks professional, looks you know, sharp, and all the information is there in one place, rather than them having to go all over all over the internet and Google and stuff, because you might end up losing some of those people, right? Then say, oh my goodness, this guy's got an amazing, and he says I can get in first, and all this kind of stuff, right? So so you want to kind of take control of that, rein that in as much as you can. And so one of the guys in the team was reaching out to me, and reached out to me, showing me a page that he had got created, and I was like, man, that looks really good. And then I had a chat with the guy who created it, and don't know if he's on tonight, but he created this page, and I'm like, yeah, this is good. I like this, and it's gonna simplify me sharing this with other people. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you so far. There's maybe a couple of different tweaks that just need to be finished on it more on my side now, because I think I had an issue with my Clever link, so that needs to be rectified. But basically, the page is a great way for me to share in a really nice, clean fashion, and be able to show what I'm sharing daisy with somebody, whether they can make a live webinar or not. You can still do the business, right? You can still do that daily, showing somebody the business. If you've got a goal to show so many people a day, 1 person a day, 3 people a day, you can still do that with this page I want to show you. And before I do that, I want to talk about, I want to answer one more question here, and I also want to show you there is an updated Zoom schedule. Now, I don't know what the quality of the Zoom is like, to be honest, because I just saw it. I took a picture of it the other day. But there is daily Zooms. I'm not sure if it's actually going to be Monday to Sunday, but there is, I saw there is, it says daily evening webinar. And so I will be getting the link out for that, because we know right now Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we know Hugh Paul does his webinars, which are at 7 o'clock. This one is actually at the same time, which you know, would make, I would have figured it would make more sense if they staggered the time. But anyway, these ones I think maybe every single day. I just need to verify that, so that I don't want to necessarily be doing Tuesdays and Thursdays. If someone else got a really good webinar, I'll just tap into that, and I'll just do mine once a week, and then just work directly with the teams that are already there instead. So I'll be posting information out of that once I know a bit more about it. I just want to see what it's like for myself. But there is, you know, obviously everybody, different teams and stuff like that, they're all doing their Zooms, but within the Daisy Diamond group, I can only really vouch for Hugh Paul's one, which I know are going to be spot on, 100% professional, and on the money. And I'm sure this other one will be just the same. I just want to see it for myself. Unclear whether you can use Clever to put in fiat money, or do you have to use Binance to pay Clever? No, you can actually go into, so inside of Clever, I should just bring up this little image on my screen. So not quite, actually not a brilliant picture of what I wanted to show you. Underneath your, when you click on Tron, that's actually not the wrong link. It's actually, that goes to the globe. But underneath your amount, your portfolio amount, there is a buy button, and you can buy directly underneath the app for you to go and get it. So you don't, if you're going to buy directly, you don't need, it's going to ask you for your debit card, your credit card, and you'll buy directly in the platform. You won't need Binance for that. If you're going to buy it in Binance, then you'll just basically buy Tron. And this is have a distinction, I must say. When we were buying Tron in Binance, inside the app, it wasn't giving us the buy ability on Tron itself. But when I logged on to Binance, you know, Binance.com, then let me just minimize some of these. When I logged onto the website, it actually gave me the option which I expected to in the first place. So I'm just going to mute the lines real quick, guys, unless you've got a question. If you've got a question, Bill, just put your hand up so I know that it's not an accident. So if you go to the Binance website direct, this is where we actually end up buying the Tron from, as opposed to going to the app. The app it seemed to limit some of the buying options. So if you don't see the buying options on your app for any reason, you may just need to go into the browser, just go direct to the browser, Binance.com, instead of the app, and then you'll be able to buy it directly from there. Okay, so you know, we see Tron where we at, spot markets, we see Tron. I don't want to get sidetracked. I was going to start looking at Tron, but you can basically buy it within the app, and you know what? And then I go and go direct to Tron. So again, it's gone down a little bit, I think. Yeah, it seems like it's gone down, but it says in the last 48 hours, 24 hours, it's gone up by 4.6%. I believe it's gone down, but anyway. So so hopefully that cleared that up. Great for the questions. And so let's have a quick look at this page. I want to show you guys. Oh, look at that. I mean, this just shows you in, what's that? Is this a day? I'll show you in a week. So Tron is really stuck his neck out. That's Tron against BTC. You want to show it against US dollar. Tron against US dollar. Yeah, I thought so. I thought it was down against the dollar as opposed to against BTC. It was down just 6%. So it hovers around this 28, 28 cent arena. So if I show you in a week, come on. Okay, flip back to a week. Well, it's flatlining. Can't see it properly. Show you 1 day. Okay, that's better. So you see it's quite choppy going between those levels there. Show you in the month. The month's not showing me too good. Let's show you a week. Just leave it at the week. That's still not showing me that great. All right, so that's where we're at. This is like almost last year. This is last year, about a year ago. It was around this level. So if anybody had Tron from at least last year, you would have, doubled up or tripled up your money to where it is right now. And obviously, and there was a nice peak in where it went up to 4.5 cents in August. So then since then it's just been rallying. So I expect that to really come back pretty strong. Anyway, let me show you this page I would make a reference to, and if you want a page similar to this, just let me know. I will be in touch with the person who put this together and can get one done for yourself. So I say the first one, he showed me one that had this AI on it, which I thought was pretty amazing. So let me show you what my page looks like, and feel free to just any questions that come to mind, feel free to bring that up. So this is what I like about this page, and I'm going to start to utilize and promote out there. Of course, it's got the official 10-minute video on, which is great. So which is real high quality video. It's got my links here for Tron Link, and also my link here for Clever that people can go to. So there is staking elements in Clever, so it's good to actually have your link there. D.A.I.SY presentation, somebody wants to actually see the PDF, they can click here, and Endotech have actually got their an insight overview as well, so they can go to there. Now, I mentioned that these short videos, obviously you can go directly on Facebook. You can go directly on Google, go to your go to why can't I think what's the word leaving me right now? Go to YouTube and or Vimeo and grab these videos and stuff, and then send it out in an email and stuff. This is by far a much nicer way of sharing the information, because you've got the two videos that I talk about right one under the other. So you've got the D.A.I.SY AI explained in a couple of minutes. Somebody wants to, that's whetting up their appetite, they want to know a bit more, get a bit more. So those under 10 minutes you're sharing it with somebody. Remember that script I went through on Tuesday, very short, precise, 10 minutes, boom, right? That's easily done. They can go through those videos, and you say to them, don't watch the third video, whatever you do. And then guess what? They're going to watch the third video because you told them don't watch it. Something inherent in us. If you say no, don't do it, you're going to do it, right? So and that's the D.A.I.SY opportunity. This is a great overview by Hugh Paul. Again, so very clear, very I like how he presents the information. So these are enough. Of course, this is like your advertisement, massive advertisement, great advertisement into AI, into D.A.I.SY, the whole shebang. And then these two videos, and then obviously if you can't get them on a webinar, time wise, location wise, everything wise, boom, send them to your page, send them to where they can watch that video. If they can't make a live webinar, we know live webinars are great, but it may not always be convenient. And then to really, you know, I like the fact that we're talking about this this person so much. We need to hear from her. So it's great to know that this video with this interview that was done with Dr. Anna Becker is not just like an image, pulled image of the internet somewhere. You know, you can kind of know a bit more about her and where she's about and why this project. So I like that. Now this, I saw this on a page, and I was like, man alive, I want this on my page. This is such a good, lot of you guys may recognize Vitali there. He's very big in the crowd smart contract space and as a entity in cryptocurrency in general. And so he lives in Israel. So it was easy for him to go to the Endotech offices. There's a lot of people talking about, oh, Endotech, is it real? Their location and all this kind of stuff. Vitali will tell you that they're very real, for sure. This guy here is Adam Rubin. He's the VP of sales. He's I always have to give him a shout out because he's a fellow Gooner, so I know whatever he's saying is absolutely bang on point. But jokes aside, guys, this video, this like almost 50 minutes of footage is where he goes into the AIs, and for me, I really like that side because I get to see the other side, not the glossy videos and stuff like that, just real breaking down the numbers and how the AIs are working, the different AIs that they have, and his own personal story, what took him from, you know, from London to now being in Tel Aviv, and his introduction into Endotech. It's definitely is something that, you know, would make any of us be big advocates of Endotech once you hear what he's had to say. So I'll leave that for you guys to tune into if you want to, you know, watch that video. Very powerful. And of course, you'll click here to register into the program, which is obviously your referral link. So you're saying it with somebody, they can go directly to here. They know, they watch the videos. Okay, what do I do next? Yeah, just click here to register, which is basically get my link, copy and paste it, you know, those instructions. Whether you verbalize it, you're doing with it on the phone, you know, which I'm always a big advocate on, guys. If you're working with somebody, it's great just sending out links left, right, and center. Everybody does that, and it's not. I mean, I should say it's one thing to send out links left, right, and center. It's another thing to actually pick up a phone or have a direct contact with somebody, because nobody's going to get to me just through a link. They need to get through me because they've actually invested a bit of time and actually spoken to me about this project, and that's what happened. You know, I had other people wanting to get me in and even pay for me to get in, and then they were pretty late into the game, to be honest, because I already heard about this project since at least November. But it was the person who actually got me in and actually spoke to me and had those conversations. They always beat. So if you can do that, then you're one step ahead of other people who've heard about it. In fact, one of my buddies, I don't know if he's on the call, he heard about D.AI.SY from somebody else. And then when I sent him information, he was like, oh, I didn't know you was in it. Yeah, I'll you know, let me work with you. I've worked with you in the past and stuff like that, right? So it's always come back down to relationships, and, you know, hopefully, you know, you've got a good relationship with the people that you want to share this with, and that, you know, at least you're trying to steer them in the right direction and work with them, and stuff like that. So again, click here to register. I love the fact there talks about Dr. Anna Becker here, what they've done, some really powerful highlights here, and what makes it such a powerful smart contract. And of course, again, here to register. So this is a great landing page that you can obviously share with people that you're working with, embedded with your links in there, and you know, it just makes the whole job a lot cleaner when I need to talk to them about D.AI.SY and stuff like that. So it's all, you know, that's really an important tool. The other tool is, you know, you want to then get your people into a funnel or way of looking at D.AI.SY, right? So really important of whatever your ways of reaching people are, whether it's social media, whether it's word of mouth and, you know, just speaking to people that you know, your warm market. Oh, question, how much is this? I've yet to have a definite answer on that, and I think I'll be able to get an answer on that later on how much this is. I believe this is not just the landing page, it also comes with a business card, an online business card, which is again rock solid, really good for obviously yourself, your branding, anything else you may be involved with. You know, you're going to be able to share that with people from the offset. Okay, so yeah, so it all comes down to how you want to get that word out to then obviously speak to those 3 people that you may have in mind, right? So there's many different ways of doing it. I do want to do on one of these days, once I suppose once we're up and running again, or even before that, I think maybe on either on a Mondays, sorry, or even on a Tuesdays. And again, I don't even know what day I'm going to do this next week. If I'm going to just modify it and go back to my Monday night. I actually prefer my Monday nights. It gives me more time to prepare my recordings and stuff. So whatever day I'll go back to do this, I do want to start looking at utilizing something like Pinterest, which I've spoken about in the past, maybe not in this group, in other groups. Because the powerful thing with Pinterest is that, like, all of these amazing images, I'm just doing this off the cuff here. But without a doubt, if you're going to use something like Pinterest and stuff like that, you want something that is want to direct people to a page like I just shared with you, so that you can actually go out there and pin your images, right? So one thing you can do, of course, you can get this plugin downloaded onto your, you know, if you're using Chrome, I believe I'm using Brave here, but if you're using Chrome, if you're using Opera, you can get the Pinterest. So each time you go to a website, it's got some great daisy images on. Especially I like this one, which I shared with you guys earlier, well, not earlier today, but in the past. I do like this one, and I will be pinning this on Pinterest. Let me just bring this up real quick. I'm going to be wrapped up in about 4 minutes, guys, 4 or 5 minutes. So an image like this, for example, okay, I'm going to say put this up there, right? And then, I don't know if you, in fact, let me just take a temperature of the room here. Who's worked Pinterest before? If you have, just put a 2 in the chat for me, so I know who my pinners are. And if not, I want to share with you Pinterest. I'm not even on the right website on this. Okay, Andrea. Okay, there's a couple of you guys. So you know how powerful this is, right? So you can use video, right? YouTube videos, and you can use images. And the good thing with Pinterest is that the traffic you get, it doesn't disappear like a lot of other social platforms, right? You can have this, you can build up a really good traction here, and you know there's a lot you can do, right? And so even as I'm saying this, you know, the guy who created this, I believe he had a pinned a post, and it had like 200,000 unique visitors a month, like insane amount of traffic, absolutely insane. So yeah, I don't know if that's something that he'll be teaching or things of that nature, but Pinterest is huge, guys. So you know, the little bit I've done in the past to direct traffic to is really good. So I will be talking about more about that, and probably just have some examples in place rather than doing a presentation. Just spend 45 minutes like setting up different things you can do, grabbing videos that are already out there, redirecting them to you, and getting traffic that way to a page. But it's no good doing that if you haven't got a way for them to come to, if you haven't got a page where you're directing them to, if you haven't got a way of capturing names and emails. Those things are vitally important. So those things we'll be looking at, and then we can start looking at things like this, because you definitely want a decent experience when somebody's now clicked on your image. And what now? Where do you direct them to? you want them to go to a page where you can actually follow up with them, and a page where they can see something like this. So more of that next week. Like I said, I'll probably just have a rather than a presentation, because there's presentations pretty much every single day now. Just use one of those days, like a Thursday, which I used to do on a Thursday just for training. Just do that so that you know, the guys I'm working with, and if they want to extend it out to their personals, then we can all have a way of you know, crushing this thing and getting more people in. Okay, so Sam, Julia, anybody else who's asking for pricing, I'll come back to you. Again, the first time I'm sharing it, a few things I'm going to be just slightly little, maybe just one little tweak that's left, and that's more like with Clever. Then this is ready to go. So I'll be finding out exactly more on that, and then I'll connect with you guys who are interested, and then yeah, let's just rock the joint out. Right now, guys, like I said, we are, I believe, maybe, you know, 24 to 72 hours away from relaunch. Apparently everything's, the testings that they've done, they're happy with. So it's just a case of now just getting the green light, giving everybody and heads up for when we do go, you know, live, because obviously we've got markets all around the world, right? So everybody needs to be given enough update based on their time zone. But yeah, the last update from Jeremy was we're focused on being 100% ready for the relaunch. Everything's rock solid, finalizing third-party testing before we release to the public. So obviously a lot of expectations, because there's the amount of people that are ready to join this thing. So of course they need to make sure the product is 100%. But I see it happening personally before Monday. So we'll see. So yeah, okay, yes, definitely, guys. So thanks for your time tonight. You know, I'll let you know about those other Zooms that are taking place, and then you can just direct people to them, and then, you know, and then we can just focus on what we can do to actually get more traffic to your site, and things of this obviously does definitely help. So guys, take care. I will post this in the Telegram group, and any of your guests that won that, obviously they just need to join the group, or Daisytron, which is a site I have to revamp. Just gonna probably do it this weekend. I have to revamp, actually probably just take off. No, I can't take off the landing page. I'll just revamp it so that it's not this whole countdown thing that's gone now, and just have the certain information that just needs to be on here, just as a walkthrough, as I mentioned on Tuesday, as a walkthrough with key information. All this wallet stuff will be on its own page, so just be three videos on here that leads you into here, but it's generic, so you know, again, it doesn't have the power of what I just shared, but you know, at least what I've created so far with some links on converting, you know, you definitely want to have something that's direct to you, so you can obviously be in control of that. All right, guys, so take care, and I'll speak to you guys soon. Have a great end of the week, and look out for any future notices on that front. Let me just stop the recording.